Richard Gere walked away from Hollywood at the height of his fame, and almost nobody saw it coming. Here was a man whose name alone could open a film worldwide, whose quiet intensity made audiences lean forward in their seats, and whose face graced the covers of magazines on every continent. And then, gradually, deliberately, he stepped back from all of it. No meltdown, no scandal, no dramatic farewell. He simply chose a different life. But the road that led him there, through forbidden love, political courage, and a single moment on a live stage watched by billions, is one of Hollywood's most remarkable untold stories. Richard Tiffany Gere was born on August 31, 1949, in Philadelphia, the second of 5 children. His family eventually settled in upstate New York, where he grew up in a disciplined, middle-class household that valued hard work and education. What set young Richard apart wasn't rebellion, it was range. He played piano, guitar, bass, and trumpet, competed in lacrosse and gymnastics, served on student council, and studied philosophy at the University of Massachusetts, before leaving after 2 years to chase something the classroom couldn't offer: the stage. His early theater work was bold and fearless. He originated the role of Danny Zuko in London's West End production of Grease, then tackled Shakespeare and daring experimental plays that most actors his age would have avoided. By 1978, Terrence Malick had cast him in Days of Heaven, a visually breathtaking film where Gere conveyed entire emotional landscapes with almost no dialogue. Then came American Gigolo in 1980, which redefined Hollywood's vision of male sexuality: complex, dangerous, and quietly wounded. But it was 1982's An Officer and a Gentleman that turned a rising star into a cultural icon. His portrayal of Zach Mayo, stubborn, scarred, and ultimately transformed by love, earned the film 2 Academy Awards and left audiences emotionally shattered in the best possible way. And then, in 1990, Pretty Woman happened. Opposite Julia Roberts, Gere didn't perform charm. He simply existed on screen, calm and magnetic, while the world fell completely in love with the film. It grossed over $460 million worldwide and cemented his place in cinema history. Yet behind the glamour, Gere was asking questions that had nothing to do with box office numbers. Through the 1980s, he had begun a serious engagement with Tibetan Buddhism, traveling to Tibet and spending time with the Dalai Lama. His spiritual life wasn't a publicity angle, it was becoming the center of his identity. And in 1993, that private conviction collided very publicly with his professional world. During a live presentation at the Academy Awards, Gere departed from his prepared remarks to call on China to withdraw its forces from Tibet. The auditorium went silent. The consequences were swift. According to multiple reports, he was subsequently banned from the Academy Awards ceremony for over 2 decades, and major studios, increasingly dependent on access to the Chinese market, quietly stopped working with him. He later confirmed to The Hollywood Reporter that films featuring him were effectively blocked from Chinese distribution, a financial reality that reshaped his entire career. Rather than fight the system through the press, Gere simply redirected his energy. He moved toward independent cinema, deepened his humanitarian work through the Gere Foundation, and eventually found the personal peace he had long been searching for, in the form of Alejandra Silva, a Spanish activist and nonprofit leader he married in 2018. Together they have 2 young sons, and as of late 2024, the family has relocated to Madrid, where Alejandra's work fighting homelessness continues, and their children are growing up bilingual, grounded, and far from the Hollywood spotlight. Richard Gere never burned anything down on his way out. He simply decided that a life lived with intention was worth more than a name on a marquee. That quiet conviction, costly as it was, may be the most powerful performance he ever gave. If his story resonated with you, hit like and subscribe. There are plenty more lives worth exploring together.